4 standard promotes consistency and efficiency in data exchange and communication, leading to better overall results. With the Building Smart certification for IFC4 Architectural Reference Exchange for Import, Archicad supports all users using IFC-based workflows to work with a qualified software. Exchanging healthy models is an essential part of a collaborative workflow, and therefore regular quality assurance checks help the designers underline problems and fix all the inconsistencies throughout the project. Whether it's an element data check such as classifications, types, positions, etc., or attribute-related checks such as layers or materials, looking after your model regularly not only gives you a peace of mind, but also saves a lot of time and money in the long run. So before sending out their IFCs, Ella and her team check their model in-house so that first, it complies with the local standards, and second, the correct geometry along with the necessary element data has been properly exchanged. The Archicad Solibri Connection add-on provides the team fast and automated code and constructability checking. Before sending the model forward, Ella wants to assure the quality of the design and make sure there are no common design issues in the model. Among information and other geometric checks, in this example, she wants to investigate that the doors in the model have enough clearance for operating. To save time from countless rounds of rework and to make sure the model is flawless, she uses Solibri Inside to check the model quality. In the model settings, Ella first chooses the ground floor, and this check is configured in the browser-based Solibri Inside editor, in which she can find rules including door operability, clearance, and many more. Additionally, there are predefined out-of-the-box checks that can be used. In this case, Ella is checking that there's enough clearance on both sides of the doors and the operability of them. After a short waiting time, the results are in. The check shows that there is something blocking the operability of one door and another door doesn't have enough clearance in front of it. Ella checks both issues and the problematic elements will be highlighted in red for a clear visual representation in 2D. Alternatively, she can isolate those elements in 3D. She now knows that these columns need to be moved for the doors to properly operate. After the columns have been relocated, Ella reruns the check and is now certain that there's nothing blocking either of the doors. With this simple check, unnecessary rework and delays can be avoided. Besides the door clearance rule, Solibri Inside provides window and vertical clearance, existence, naming convention, and level of information rules, and these should all be considered during the whole design process. Well, this is the end of our presentation. I hope you can't wait to go back to the office and apply these powerful features to your daily workflows. If you want to learn more about what you've just watched, or many more, please scan the QR code on the screen. With the same link, you can also trial or subscribe to Archicad. Thank you very much for your attention.
Sarah, Pelin, and Marton, many thanks for your excellent presentations. Now we'll take a short 5-minute break so you can quickly refresh and enjoy some stunning images of great buildings designed using Archicad before we dive into the next update. After that, we'll return with what's new in BIMx and BIMcloud, what's new in DDScad, and Graphisoft's product roadmap update. So stay with us. Enjoy the break, and see you soon. Welcome back. In the next session, we'll explore the latest developments in BIMx and BIMcloud, presented by our product manager, Roland Sabot. After that, we have an informative session on what's new in DDScad, with insights from our esteemed colleagues Andrea Nachtigal and Johan Kovitz. Finally, Holger Krayenbrink, Director of Product Intelligence, will update you on Graphisoft's product roadmap. And remember, just like last time, we encourage you to actively participate by sending in your questions in the Q&A tab. Your engagement is what makes these sessions truly valuable. So without further ado, let's get started.
Welcome everyone. I'm pleased to share with you the directions BIMcloud and BIMx are moving in. Let's start with BIMcloud, which is more than a teamwork solution. It is the foundation of our multidisciplinary collaboration platform. Protecting information is essential to the success of BIM projects. To follow industry standards, a revamped login method makes authentication more secure and simpler. When joining BIMcloud from the latest Archicad version with a new subscription, you will be greeted by the following login dialog. Join BIMcloud with your Graphisoft ID. There is no need to use separate BIMcloud user account anymore. Based on Graphisoft ID, we further improve the security of the teamwork environment with easier user management. Inviting and managing members now happens in our integrated system in the company management portal browser interface. There is no need to manually maintain users on BIMcloud and handle multiple passwords. The new cloud-based solution also made managing the subscription licenses easier and more secure. License assignment changes made on the new license management portal are instantly synced to BIMcloud. The benefits of cloud licensing are currently only available in certain countries. We plan to gradually make it available in more regions. Next, let's talk about BIMx, our multi-platform presentation app and mobile collaboration solution. Interactive 3D models with element-associated BIM data and interconnected layouts with animated transitions are the basics of showcasing the project and easily accessing information anywhere. We are committed to making BIMx more involved in the project lifecycle. We aim to increase your productivity with collaboration features in close integration to our ecosystem. In addition to strengthening the collaboration capabilities, we are also fine-tuning and unifying the features across all the platforms. To support these objectives, various new features have been added to BIMx. Project revision usually takes a lot of communication before finalizing project deliverables. To optimize this, we added the long-awaited markup tool to BIMx. The new issue creation feature targets streamlined revisioning with integration to our Archicad and compliance with the standards of BIM collaboration format, BCF in short. Ella, as the lead architect, regularly uses BIMx to coordinate their project with stakeholders. She can now mark up any 2D or 3D views in BIMx to be resolved in the project. She uses the easiest method based on element selection. It allows her to add hand-drawn markups to a 3D viewpoint instantly. If a 2D context helps better explain the issue, she adds viewpoints from layouts with additional descriptions. Once issues are done in BIMx, she sends them directly to her responsible colleague via BIMcloud message. And in addition to the Archicad integration, you can also export the issues from BIMx by saving them locally to your device and share via your preferred method like email or AirDrop. These issues can be imported to a BCF-compatible authoring tool like Solo Archicad and DDScad. When Ella's message arrives to the project on the latest Archicad version, Lizzie, as the design architect, imports the issues from the message to Archicad's issue organizer with one click. BIMx helps her effortlessly navigate the 2D and 3D viewpoints in Archicad, includes element selection and additional issue details as well. Thanks to the BCF format, issues remain trackable in Archicad's issue management workflow. Scan the QR code for a detailed description of issue creation. This new markup tool is currently available on iPhones and iPads. Of course, we plan to add it to other platforms in the future too. Before detailing how BIMx features are becoming more unified, let me recall a part of BIMx history and share some technical background to help you better understand how dynamically it has improved. Let's take a look back at BIMx 3 years ago. there were three independent BIMx product lines. First, BIMx Mobile. In mid-2020, a completely new iOS application replaced its older version. We introduced our new streaming 3D engine that enabled viewing extremely complex models on mobile devices. At the time, we were actively working on moving the Android up to the same new engine. Second, we had the WebViewer application running on BIMx Model Transfer as a separate product with basic 2D and 3D BIMx functionalities to view models without installing any application. Third, we also had the 3D-only BIMx desktop viewer for Mac and Windows. It lacked the support of the well-known hypermodel concept, interconnected 2D and 3D with BIM data. Then, 2 years ago, we moved the desktop up to the basis of WebViewer in order to add 2D functions and help you access information. This year, we reached a big milestone in unifying BIMx. We introduced the next generation web and desktop apps running the same and continuously developed 3D engine already used by the mobile apps. This transition in February brought truly noticeable performance improvements, a modularized, customizable navigation system, and some mobile-only features. Then 3 months ago, we added the measure tool and shading options to these apps. Another major change is moving the desktop application to Microsoft Store and Apple App Store for more frequent and easier BIMx updates. Now let's switch back to the new features. Thanks to these innovative transitions, I'm thrilled to say that today, the visual quality of BIMx is unified across all platforms. Enjoy more realistic visuals on web and desktop thanks to shadow casting with accurate sun positioning. Use BIMx with real-time moving shadows to optimize your design for the building's environment. One more enhancement. Sun positioning is even more realistic and beautiful across all platforms. With the new dynamic skybox, the sun's image aligns with the light source and the colors are warmer at sunrise and sunset. Also, a starry night scene makes visuals more attractive at these two endpoints to enrich your project presentations. Here is a pro tip. Before publishing BIMx from the latest Archicad version, save 3D views or even better, a camera path with date and time sign settings to define it as a default in BIMx. Also, the application will switch between gallery items with animated shadow movement if cameras are defined with different sun settings. Scan this QR code to learn how to make the most out of accurate sun positioning with the latest Archicad and BIMx updates. There is more. Imagine this. You are reviewing the layouts in BIMx and want to instantly access the specification of the building component. Until now, you needed to open the 3D model to extract this element-specific data. Now, BIMx can display element information not only in the virtual model, but also on layouts. Just click or tap on the new interactive labels to access BIM data straight from the drawing. With the Go to 3D button, you can open the relevant model element in the context of the layout with an animated transition. The new Labels toggle is available on mobile, web, and desktop platforms and works in hypermodels published from the latest Archicad version. This QR code also leads to the relevant knowledge base article on Graphisoft community. Scan it and learn how to make project documentation smarter with element-associated labels. Also, I have good news for all BIMx users. Starting now, there is no extra charge for BIMx Pro features. Previously, certain productivity features were available with monthly or annual BIMx Pro subscription. These fees have been eliminated, and most previous features are available for everyone. Similar to BIMcloud, BIMx also introduces sign-in with Graphisoft ID. It is the basis of our new cloud licensing to access extra collaboration features at no additional charge to you. The following previously BIMx Pro features are available for all BIMx iOS and Android users. First, unlimited model size. Open 3D models with extreme complexity thanks to our powerful streaming engine. Second, save favorites and compile animated presentations from 2D and 3D views. Third, print layouts or images of the virtual model. The new BIMx Pro function pack consists of collaboration features, including the new issue creation markup tool, available on iOS with a BIMx Pro license and also by joining BIMcloud. Then customizing BIMx with extensions for integrating any data to BIMx through the internet. It is available with a BIMx Pro license. The third one is integrated team messaging with Archicad users, available by joining BIMcloud. Scan the QR code to learn how to access the extra features. The BIMx Pro license is available for most of our users. All you need is a subscription to, for example, Archicad, Graphisoft Forward, or SSA. In a few weeks transition period, assigning BIMx Pro license to your Graphisoft account is not required if you are a member of an eligible company. However, BIMx will need license assignment later on. To get your BIMx Pro license, check out our new license management portal linked in the article. I hope you will benefit from the latest changes in BIMcloud and BIMx. To learn more, visit graphisoft.com. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Hello, I'm glad you have joined us for the What's New in DDScad presentation. We will go through some typical MEP workflows and introduce some exciting MEP features, both new and existing. So let's dive in. Please meet Jack. He's the lead MEP engineer at a mid-sized engineering firm who is about to start working on a commercial project with DDScad. He just attended the kickoff meeting for the design development phase with a client, architect, structural engineer, and BIM managers. DDScad has several MEP features which support the design development phase in a teamwork environment. During this phase, in detailed technical design sub-areas and load objects representing comparable areas will be combined into overall mechanical and plumbing systems. And realize how easy it is to insert and manage opening elements in the building model. Projects such as apartment buildings, offices, and hospitals often have repetitive story structure. This means many stories carry the same technical requirements. So, Jack and his team work on one sample story. They're using empirical calculation data for different consumer objects in the model. For the other comparable stories, they simply use non-specific loads with self-defined calculation design criteria. Both the sample stories and the loads are connected to various systems, such as heating, cooling, potable water, wastewater, and ventilation. In this phase, one focus is on doing the main routing of the pipe and duct system. Jack's team has to size the systems in this early stage to determine initial material requirements and include them in the initial cost estimates. Even during the design development phase, Jack and his team are already planning the opening elements. Of course, this will continue later stages, especially in the technical design phase. Thanks to DDScad extensive functions, including automatic height detection and easy labeling, Jack and his team can plan the opening elements very quickly. If necessary, the opening can be modeled as a single element across different MEP segments, such as pipes, ducts, cables, and ladders. Jack can use the rendering to visually check the location of the openings, and also use collision detection to find missing voids. Using the IFC exchange, Jack delivers the opening elements as provision for voids to the architect, structural engineer, and BIM manager. In addition, he uses the BCF format to communicate with all disciplines.
After the MEP systems are fully modeled in the technical design phase, DDScad's fully integrated calculation functions can be used at building and systems levels. Model checking features like clash detection and visualization filters support the design. JAG's engineering office is also in charge of the technical design phase. In this stage, the team plans each story in detail with all components. They use the heat load and cooling load calculations, which have a direct functional connection to the building model and its zones and spaces. This serves as a basis for further calculations. JAG now wants to perform a cooling system calculation. The constructed pipe and duct system can be calculated with optimal performance. He can dimension the systems, calculate the pressure losses, and carry out the hydraulic balancing, potable water, heating and cooling systems, as well as the pneumatic balancing for ventilation systems. The valve and damper settings of the systems are generated automatically. Informations on sizes, setting values and calculation results can be easily displayed in the 2D floor plan. Throughout the technical design phase, JAG needs an overview of the project status. Like anyone else, he prefers to check calculations the easy way. DDScad's visualization filters do make it easy. On the building level, he can check the U-value definition, heat load results and zone definitions. On the system level, he can take a look at the insulation status, focus on the critical path in terms of pressure loss or on the dimension results. Components are highlighted in different colors based on the selected filter. Components that are not included in the visualization filter can be displayed transparently or in wireframe, giving JAG a very clear overview. In this example, it's easy to identify the used dimensions. Naturally, the settings can be adjusted in the dialog. We have taken the first step toward letting users to enrich object parameters and geometries based on an open standard. The new OpenBIM product data technology mode simplifies BIM-compliant project management. It can handle manufacturer product data with a high degree of flexibility and freedom, especially in the construction phase. In addition, this technology is also valuable for the design development and technical design phase. JAG's team started the commercial project in the new OpenBIM product data technology mode. In each of the 3 planning phases, JAG's team has different needs when using products. In the technical design phase, the team can use manufacturer-neutral products. In the design development phase, simple bodies can be enough. For instance, simple cuboid representations reflect the space requirement of the object in the building model. Nevertheless, the engineering team can embed such visualized objects into the calculatable systems. And in the current construction phase, JAG's team includes real geometries by importing manufacturer product files, supported for different formats. Imported manufacturer product files often include parts, such as pipe, duct, and electrical ports. Regardless of the level of detail, ports can be easily added. There are several setting options on the ports which allow to connect such products in the building model to the different MEP systems. Here you can see the ports are already present on the geometry provided by the manufacturer. Another major advantage is the option to enrich products with data. The full IFC property set content of each class and type is directly available and usable. If Jack misses any property set or property set are not accounted for in the IFC schema, the DDScad technology gives him the freedom to add this information to the product data as needed. I hope I inspired you to give it a try. Take a look at DDScad 19 and see if it works for you. Thanks and see you soon.
So, now I would like to shift to electrical engineering, because Jack's MEP designer team is also in charge of planning the electrical facilities for this building. The team started by clarifying the building's purpose, the needed occupancy units, and they collected other important requirements. Next, they created an early design plan. Jack's team estimated the needed electrical load for each occupancy unit, and based on that, they estimated the number and dimension of the distribution boards. They checked if there is enough space inside the available technical rooms, and they checked also if there is enough space for the main cable routing systems, like for example cable tray or cable trunking. All needed distribution boards were placed as generic products and were connecting by using the main cable carrier systems. For the cable carrier systems, the needed openings were placed in addition, so that they can be handed over to the structural engineers. As a first result, for this commercial building, each floor generally includes 2 similar occupancy units, so the team focused on just one of the units first. They placed different electrical components, such as sockets and data outlets. Here they are arranged as a combination inside the cable trunking system. They also placed light fixtures into suspended ceilings and components for the other electrical system. Once this planning phase is complete, it's quite easy and efficient to copy all these components, including the cable routing, into other units. The next step is the cable routing. For this, we need certain content inside distribution boards. This means protection devices and other components. And if needed, we have flexible options for adjusting the content and the structure of distribution boards also afterwards. To make things even more efficient, it's possible to create a distribution board based on a template, or to duplicate an existing board, or only a part of it, depending on what you need. The cable routing is carried out using already defined cable carrier segments. When connecting to cable carrier segments, the powerful check-in, check-out function allows us to construct very realistic cable routes. During cable routing, the required cable dimension is automatically checked in the background, and the load from the connected devices will be added up, so that the total load can be calculated. In this phase, the cable carrier segments will be filled with cables, and the cable filling degree calculation checks whether the dimension from the cable carrier segments is okay or else needs adjustments. The issue list, based on automatic checks in the background, creates an issue whenever any dimension needs adjustment. The model can also be checked by using visualization filters, which indicate the filling degree in different predefined colors. Now it's time for documentation. The team can create different types of documents depending on the different planning phases. In addition to the 2D floor plan, you can automatically create schema models for different connected systems. For example, an overview diagram for the energy supply system, which shows the structure of the system, the most important components inside the distribution board, and all outside connected devices. Another example is a schema model from a data network system. And of course, regarding the content of distribution boards, multi-line or single-line diagrams can be created automatically. Finally, you can also create reports. That includes all information from a system. In this example, you see a report which shows all the content from a distribution board. Jack's team has completed their job. I invite you to learn more about MEP modeling and calculation capabilities of DDScad. Thank you and see you soon.
How did you like the demos of Archicad 27? Maybe you already tried the features during the tech preview? My favorites are design options, distance guides, and the shadow casting with date and sun and BIMx. Or maybe the GDL editor? Well, that's maybe a little bit nerdy. It's hard to choose. All of them are good. I guess you will find out which one is your favorite when you start using the latest release of DDScad, Archicad, BIMcloud, and BIMx. And while you are working with the new version, we will continue working on the future versions, because we have a lot of ideas and a lot of input from you. As you know, we are developing solutions for multidisciplinary teams, so you can work together seamlessly throughout the planning and design phases. These multidisciplinary teams consist of architects. This is where we come from, and this will always be at the center of our thinking. And structural engineers, because we know architects and structural engineers should work hand in hand to create great buildings. And finally, MEP engineers. Since we joined forces with DDS, we've gotten the know-how and the capabilities to develop an MEP solution on the Archicad platform. So in summary, we offer a one-model concept where you can work seamlessly with other disciplines in a single model, not side by side, but in one model. These three disciplines are also reflected in our public roadmap, where you can filter based on your interests. The roadmap will then display all the features relevant to your discipline. As you can imagine, many features are relevant to more than just one discipline. Our roadmap has 4 main tabs. Coming soon, we're actively working on these features and solutions. In progress, development is underway. Under research, just what it says. We are actively researching this area. And finally, the idea pool, with all ideas that we think are worth future consideration. And as the roadmap evolves, we enter a new development phase. We are adding a new tab called Released. Here you'll find all the released features of DDScad, Archicad, BIMx and BIMcloud. Now let me highlight some of the things we're working on. Each project is very exciting and we are sure you will enjoy their benefits. One small note before I begin. This roadmap is subject to change. It is an outlook into the future and it may change over the course of the next year. We want to make your daily life easier. Keynotes is a way to document your project. With Keynotes, you connect a database of information to your drawing, which fundamentally eases your workflow. We see sustainability as a big need. The building industry is responsible for about 40% of carbon emissions worldwide. We need to provide tools to help you drive the change. This is why we're partnering with a leading solution called One-Click LCA and developing a direct connection between our solutions. Reuse and reconstruction are the order of the day. A good reconstruction and renovation project usually starts with a survey. Well, you can do it manually, but to make sure you have all the data you need, you should use point clouds. So we're working on enhancing Archicad's point cloud capabilities. And there is more to come in this area. Our distant guides from Archicad 27 needed a little bit of enhancement, and we're on it. Attribute management is, as you have seen in 26 and 27, one of our bigger tasks. We are working on implementing a hierarchical table view throughout the user interface. And, maybe even more important, the ability to undo attribute changes. We implemented the opening tool a while ago. Have you tried importing provision for voids from your MEP engineer into Archicad with one click? It's amazing. But we know that voids are needed not just in slabs and walls, but also in other elements. Design options are brand new, but we have plans to enhance them even further. So we are reserving some time for this. And did you know that you can use Grasshopper to sort of remote control elements in Archicad? The Grasshopper Archicad connection is getting some attention, with further development to support long-standing wishes. Martin spoke about AI and our connection to Stable Diffusion. We see that this is just the beginning. Building Smart has released a new standard for exchange requirements called IDS, Information Delivery Specification. With IDS, anyone, an owner, an official, or a BIM manager can define the information depth of an IFC-based exchange. We want to support this standard in the near future because it clearly defines the information needed. And speaking of Building Smart, BCF 3.0 is now available and we're implementing it. Since version 24, Archicad has included a tailored solution for structural engineers. With this unique workflow, engineers can define their analytical model inside the architectural model. This one model concept is unique, with both disciplines working on the same model, not side by side. But of course, the analytical model is just the starting point. We are developing these tools further so engineers can create their structural documentation right inside Archicad using the same model as the architect. As for reinforcement planning, we are connecting to our sister brand Allplan. This direct connection will transfer the Archicad model directly into Allplan for further detailing. And as you might know, Graphisoft and DDS have joined forces. As a wonderful outcome, we now have advanced MEP know-how. And the new MEP designer, with advanced documentation and features like automatic duct sizing, will enable MEP designers to also work in the same model as architects and structural engineers. Second-level space boundaries are important when it comes to energy calculation. By including them in our API, we will enable connections to all kinds of calculation engines. Electrical engineers working in DDScad will get a direct connection to Archicad, so they can work seamlessly within the same team. Also, DDS is renewing its connection to the state-of-the-art lighting software Dialux Evo. And 2 more very important topics for DDScad. Photovoltaic elements are becoming increasingly crucial, so DDScad is enhancing its capabilities in designing such systems. A related topic is energy supply bus systems, very important for planning electrical charging stations. As you can see, there is a lot going on. And no wonder, if you remember our vision, mission and strategy, we want to give you the best tools for your job. If you want to check out our roadmap, here's the URL and the QR code. Thank you for listening.
Now, we'll take a 10-minute break and then return with our Q&A session. During the break, we encourage you to continue to submit your questions using the event platform. While we appreciate anonymous questions, providing your name and country helps us better assign your questions to the most relevant person for a thorough answer. Enjoy the break, get inspired by the images of great buildings designed using Archicad, and see you back soon.
you.